Before we start today, I hope y'all guys enjoyed this. If y'all guys want to see me turn this into a manga, if y'all guys want me to, I want to make my own shonen character in my own completely own shonen. Hope y'all guys enjoyed this. Likes always appreciated, and this is gonna be called Mutants. See y'all guys at the end of the video. There was a boy named Akira that was 15 years old and went to Natural UA High. It's not supposed to be like UA High. It's going to be called Natural UA High. University of Agicity, whatever it's called. He was the scholar. He was actually recommended to this school of his astounding work. On his spare times, he went to go practice. He practiced karate and mostly combat and sword skills combat. He never really had a father figure in his life. The only really father figure he ever had was the president of his tiny country of Bavaria. It was a combination of the United States and China and Japan. Over time, a piece of California eventually broke off of America, and so did Japan. Japan broke away from its country as well. Over time, they moved around and collided and made what they call it, what scientifically people call it, the United States of Asia. Well, some people call it the United States of Asia, or they call it the United States of Japan, or the United States of California. There's only two major states, technically three, but that's owned by the government completely. Over time, the land expanded, and some lands from under the sea rose and made this country the biggest country out of them all. A lot of people moved here from Japan or the USA. Now let's just get to the story. 50 years ago, there was a research called the mutants killing explosion. It caused 60 of this country's population to die out. It also caused mutants. So they made the mutant explosion program. They went around exploding mutants, putting chips in mutants that they observed really well, and then blowing them up once they used their powers. But there was a kid that was born. Unlike everyone else, he wasn't a mutant, but mutants were outlawed. He had a mutant uncle named Zik. Akira was a boy. He knew his uncle was a mutant. He told him he could turn himself into any shape or person. He used to turn into Akira's best friend a lot if his best friend wouldn't be able to make it, but that hardly happened. It happened only once. But when he used his powers to turn into a coffee cup to hide away from some humans, he did that, and he exploded everywhere. It was all over the news, and Akira felt bad for his uncle. He asked his mom if she has powers too. She says no. She asked about his dad, but then she spit out her cup. Well, spat out what she was drinking in her cup, and sat it down and asked him to go to bed. You have university tomorrow. He went to sleep thinking, why is she always keeping secrets from me? The next day, Akira woke up extra early, got dressed, took a shower, made breakfast for him and his mom, woke his mom up. She went to work. Well, he still had 2 hours until school started. He ate his breakfast and then searched his mom's room, to see if he could find anything about Dad. He couldn't, so he went to the garage. Still couldn't find anything. He threw a box at the garage door and clenched his fist. Why is this everything not go my way? I just want to know my dad's identity. He turned on the news and heard the president having a press conference. He watched it, and he saw the president of theirs was causing war against the United States of America. He was confused because they're connected now. The United States is a part of their country now. So why are they competing against war one another? Suddenly, he heard knocking on the door, turned off the TV, and checked through the peephole. And saw it was his best friend. He opened the door and said, Tim, can you next time call me before you knock? I was watching the news. Yeah, we gotta go to school. I'm not trying to be late. We're 2 hours early. He noticed. He opens up the door and lets Max in. Sits him on the door, and Akira wants to go make him a cup of coffee and gives it to his friend Max. Max never really liked our president, and he was happy that they're going to war against America. He'll finally get to see a fight. Akira asked, what does he think, why do mutants die when they use their powers? He says, well, not all mutants die. If mutants have good enough powers, they'll get transferred to the mutant program. Akira's eyes were a bit rough from hearing all that, and his ears as well, which was covered up by his spiky black hair. Without knowing, they were almost late for school, but Akira took his car and drove there. Well, he didn't take his car, he walked. He took his bike, and his friend took his other bike. They parked their bikes and chained them up, and they went into their classroom. Before anything else, his first period, he went to go do his karate. And then he went to go back to class after karate lessons were done. He went to class. He saw Brick, and he used to be a small kid. Not real. He acted like he was a bully. But Brick, he used to be a small guy. So when he heard Brick was in his class, he can't wait to see what Brick looked like now. Brick entered the room. Brick was buff. He was swole. And he was super tall. Kyo looked at Brick with astonishment. He's like, Brick, is that really you? And then Brick grabbed Keon by his hair and told him, make fun of me again. Your whole scalp will be ripped off your body. Akira's long, messy black hair fell over his eyes. Akira quickly put up his hair and began class. He noticed little things. People throwing, Brick throwing erasers at him when he sat behind him. He didn't really think much of it. It was Brick. He always did that stuff. Plus, it didn't really hurt. After class, Akira met up with his girlfriend, May. They talked for a little bit, and she gave him a scarf she made herself. He put it on, and then he told her thank you, and went to go to take some more karate lessons, because his championships was coming up. After that, he went to taekwondo classes. Brick ran up to him and said, hey, is that your girlfriend? It seems like little Kiwan finally got a girlfriend. Kiwan. Who's Kiwan? Sorry guys, I said Kiwan. My bad. Akira. Akira, are you listening? Oh, sorry. Couldn't see you up there, little Brick. Brick slammed Keon into the locker, Keon's hair going down over his eyes. Are you mad, Brick? Brick looked at Keon and said, tomorrow in the stadium, we're going to have a one-on-one fight. And we're going to make it a contest. Whoever wins has to do the other one's bidding. Keon said, sure. Akira said, sure. I'm up for it. You're going to be doing my bidding for years. We could use any weapon of choice, Brick said. Kira looked at Brick with sarcasm in his eyes, or he says something sarcastic that makes Brick even angry and punches a hole through the wall, hitting the teacher in the face, knocking him out. The teacher was knocked out cold and Brick left. Akira knew that some trouble was about to happen. That's where we're gonna leaving this part off. Hope y'all guys enjoyed Mutants. See y'all guys in the next video.